Hades is one of the most addictive roguelites ever made, but does it still hold up today? In this review, I'll break down the gameplay, story, characters, difficulty, and why Hades became a modern classic. So if you're wondering, is Hades worth playing in 2026? I hope to answer that question. Supergiant Games' Hades is a roguelite action game where you play as Zagreus, son of Hades, trying to escape the underworld. It blends fast combat, a deep narrative, and great voice acting and sound design into one of the most polished indie games ever made. Based on Greek lore and Greek gods in a Greek setting, it is always interesting to see what Supergiant Games took from that inspiration to tell this new unique story.
Oh, come on.
The combat in Hades is fast, fluid, and incredibly responsive. Every run feels different thanks to boons, which are given to you randomly throughout each run, and as you progress, you will have more control over what the game gives you. Before each run, you have a staging area where you can guarantee at least one boon from your choice of gods, thanks to the trinkets that you get from gifting the gods nectar. This relationship mechanic continues on throughout the game, and you'll get unique dialogue and you'll see the way the gods interact with Zagreus throughout, but for the purposes of gameplay, it will guarantee you at least one boon in that zone from the god of your choice. You have 6 weapons to choose from as well, and each of those weapons has different aspects which will change up an element of how that weapon plays. It might change one of the attacks, or it might change the way you interact with it altogether. In addition to this, after you clear the first difficulty, you unlock a difficulty system or a progression system called Heat. This ramps up the challenge for your clears, and it gives you rewards for clearing over and over at higher and higher heat levels. And I want to make this clear, your first clear of the game does not mean that you beat the game, but the combat, the boons, and the various weapons keep things fresh and interesting each time you make an escape attempt. In Hades, failure is part of the process. You will die, and you will die a lot. Each run, you will get various rewards that persist through your death and allow you to upgrade your core abilities through the Mirror of Nyx, which will give you things like Death Defiance, which is a bonus life mechanic, or increased boon rarity percentage chance, as well as simple things like additional cash charges. This loop is highly addictive, and it keeps players coming back for dozens, if not hundreds, of hours. As you work through the levels, even if you result in failure, you will make progress overall. And since you get a random assortment of boons each time, even if you use the same weapons, your runs will look different overall. The progression system also makes sense thematically in the game's story. It all makes sense with you trying to escape the underworld and being stopped by its various denizens. Speaking of which,
You have to hear this.
the narrative is where Hades truly shines. Every character has fully voice acted dialogue that evolves as you interact with them and build that connection with them. Each character has a different personality, and overall your goal is to uncover a family secret and ultimately reunite the House of Hades. It is a perfect mix of Zagreus rebelling and searching for acceptance from his father, reuniting with his mother, and a dynamic between the gods of the underworld and the gods of Olympus. This is all told throughout both serious and emotional conversations, as well as comical conversation. The blend keeps the game both serious and lighthearted, and overall, if you're interested in Greek mythology, this game is largely built around those archetypes. Supergiant's signature art style is vibrant, sharp, and instantly recognizable. The voice acting is top-notch, with each god having their own special flavor. Poseidon sounds like the god of the ocean.
Oh, nephew, but you needn't shower me with offerings and praise, you know. I have no need of showering at all. Not when I've the sea itself to do with as I please.
Aphrodite is all flirty.
Why, you have my eternal rose, don't you? I am so very touched that you'd think first of me among my mighty kin. It pleases me to know I'm in your thoughts.
Zeus is authoritative.
I wonder, nephew, whether you're prepared as yet to harness the surpassing power I shall grant you now. Don't take this blessing lightly, and may you use it well.
And Dionysus just wants to chill and have a good time.
Look, man, I am feeling generous right now, know what I mean? And so he's something extra potent for you. Ought to keep you going for a while longer than you're used to there.
Each of the gods has their own relationship with Zagreus. Even the bosses have dialogue each time you engage with them, sometimes referencing previous escape attempts where you were successful or where you failed. Overall, the game does very much feel alive, with gods making note of you using their gifts, to mini bosses slowly coming around as you defeat them over and over again. Loading times are fast, frame rates are stable, and the game feels polished everywhere. I personally played this game on Steam, however it is available everywhere, including on Xbox Game Pass, which you do get if you have Discord Nitro. Chances are, if you have any gaming platform, you will have access to Hades. Is Hades hard? Well, at first it might be. Hades starts approachable but becomes challenging as you push deeper or further towards the surface out of the underworld, but you also get better at navigating the encounters as you play. While you get advantages from upgrading the various weapons and the Mirror of Nyx, additionally, you will have the opportunity to get god trinkets to help give you a preferred start in each zone, and you will even have the option to re-roll your boon selections later in the game. By the time you get a dozen runs in, you will have a good idea of what works for you and how you go about playing different encounters. Additionally, the heat system lets you customize difficulty, making it great for both casual and hardcore players, with high heat or mid heat runs being something to strive to achieve in the end game. For me personally, I haven't pushed the heat system nearly to its maximum, but I have found that with each escape attempt taking anywhere from 25 to 30 minutes, and even shorter for some of the sweatier players, once you get going and you start to understand the boon system, what gods pair well together, and what weapons you like to play with, it all seems to get easier and easier. One of the aspects I really liked about Hades was that each weapon felt equivalent to its alternatives, meaning that if you like playing with shield, or you like the spear, or even the sword, you are not wrong, it's all just preference. Some quick tips without spoiling anything: if you start with Athena and get the Athena's Dash, it will make the rest of the encounters easier, as that deflect allows you to circumvent a lot of the bullet hell zones that you will encounter. While this is far from a mandatory boon, it does help a lot. Also, Daedalus hammers. Always pick the Daedalus hammers. Hades 1 is an absolute animal of a game, built on a simple concept, an understandable and relatable storyline, clear progression, and a rewarding skill-based system. Even though Hades 2 has been out for a while already, with Hades 1 being available on Steam and other platforms, it is often on sale for a deep discount, or even included free on things like Xbox Game Pass. There's absolutely no reason why you should not pick this up. I believe I bought this banger of a game for like $5, and I've gotten hundreds of hours out of it at this point, with more still to come due to its very fast pick up and put down playstyle. If you are new to the genre or you haven't played a roguelike game, Hades is the perfect entry point. If you're a veteran, it's one of the most polished games you'll ever play. So, to answer the question, is Hades worth playing in 2026? Hades is still a masterpiece. It has incredible combat, unforgettable characters, and a progression system that keeps you hooked. Whether you're playing it for the first time or revisiting it, Hades is absolutely worth your time in 2026 and beyond. If you enjoyed this video, please hit like, hit subscribe, and tell me your favorite Hades weapon or your build in the comments. I actually just finished up Hades 2 recently as well. That video is coming out eventually. It might already be out depending on when you watch this. If so, I'll put it on the end screen. If not, stay tuned. Or if you have played them both already, what did you like? Go ahead and give me your comparison and your rundown in the comments. With that, I want to thank you for watching. A big thanks to all of my subscribers, and a special thanks to all of my members who support the channel. Thanks again, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.